A common occurrence when building a hypothetical illustration is getting hung up a bit on a common asset inception when trying to calculate performance. And we built some nice functions to be able to backtest prior to inception date by backfilling with a best fit benchmark index. And you can see this by starting a new hypothetical. In this case, I will go ahead and add in a few tickers. And I'll just choose a few Vanguard ETFs. So you see I've got two ETFs that go back to 2004 and 2007 respectively, but this one goes back to 2013. That's all right. Let's take a look at how we can handle that. This is a portfolio of investments. So on the next step, I will go ahead and choose portfolio of investments. I can set a percentage or dollar amount, however I'd like. And I'll go ahead and just kind of distribute this across these different ETFs. Now, as mentioned, the default behavior would be to choose a common asset inception. And that's fine. I want to show you an example of that really quick, but here I'll choose a rebalancing rate. I can apply different fees and so forth. But for this particular use case, I'm just going to jump right to the reports and point out the hypothetical illustration. And you'll see when that returns the PDF here, it will be, of course, generated using that time horizon as just previously specified. So you see the start date goes back to 2013. It's a common asset inception. But if I click back on this allocation tab, and go to this drop-down box, time horizon, you'll see that if I choose the common asset share class and index inception, I can go back to 93. That will backfill with the best fit benchmark for each of those different ETFs. And similarly, I could say, well, just give me the past 10 years. That would imply that I'm going to backfill on those, or even 15 years would go back to 2002 and backfill. Of course, I could go back to 93 or any custom time horizon between 12/31/93 and today. I can actually backfill with that. In this case, let's just do 15 years. And I'll press next, go back to the reports tab, and build report again. And now in this case, you'll see a different output when we get the report generated here in 2 seconds. So you'll see this one is going back 15 years to 2002. You'll notice that, let me expand on this a little bit. You'll notice here that you've got a dotted line that indicates pre-inception performance, which has been backfilled. And it says to see asset performance horizon disclosure for detailed information. And if I go through the report to the asset performance horizon table, you'll see that in this case, the various assets have been backfilled. So in this case, you've got for the Vanguard Total Bond ETF, we actually backfill that with a mutual fund, the Vanguard Total Bond Fund mutual fund. This is the same portfolio, if you will, the same portfolio asset, the same holdings and so forth. It's just a mutual fund versus an ETF, so we backfill with that there. On the Vanguard Total International product, we backfill with the Lipper International Income Fund Index, and on this Lipper Large Cap Growth benchmark, you can see we've got the Vanguard Growth Index ETF, which we selected, and that's backfilled similarly to this one with the Vanguard Growth Index Fund. So if there is a fund available that's part of the same investment portfolio, we'll backfill with that. If there is not, then we will backfill with the benchmark. And so again, this is all clearly disclosed. It's available to you now through the CFRA hypothetical illustration tool. Thank you.